Hey legends, how you doing? This is Madness. In this video, I'm reacting to a video that piques my curiosity, honestly. Like I ran into this when I was looking for the Disney Speedstorm video that I was from likely it's the last video I uploaded. And I noticed this when searching for that video. I found this. A Disney platform fighter is coming, like Super Smash Bros. Ultimate and stuff like that, from the YouTube channel Nosy Boy. So let's check this video out. I've never heard of this channel before, so this is the first video I'm ever seeing of this content. But let me drop a like. Like I'm kind. I'm a nice guy like that. And I'm noticing that a few others have done videos on it. But let's get straight into this. Comment, like, subscribe, share this video. Hope you enjoy it. Thank you for reacting to my madness. Thank you so much for 101 subscribers as of the recording of this video. Let's get straight into this.
There will be a Disney platform fighter in the next 2 years. It's inevitable. Now, I'm not talking about the completely bogus and fake leak.
Disney Smash Bros. Fighting game leaked with Marvel and Star Wars characters. That would be cool, but me personally, I've never heard of this. I've never heard about this, so this is news to me. So I need some evidence. I need evidence to see if this is even true.
I've actually started work on this project before any of that came to light. Today, I wanted to explain why the game will happen without any of the fake clickbait garbage. There's some actual evidence out there if you're paying enough attention to what's going on in the Disney gaming scene. Then, after we go over that, I'm going to show you guys a mock-up I made for the game and explain why I picked the characters I did. This should be a lot of fun, so let's just get right into it. So
Okay.
first, let's start with the why. Why do I think that a platform fighter is happening? Well, let's go back in time to the leak of Multiverses. If you don't remember, the WB platform fighter was leaked before the game was revealed to the public. In this leak, the insider said that
Uh, so quick tangent. I don't like it when things get leaked. That comes to anything, movie, show, game. I don't like it, especially as a Marvel fan with the MCU. Ugh, that gets on my nerves. It gets on my nerves. But all right, but that's not good. Like if it came from the actual team, like doing teases and stuff, but if it got leaked before it was announced to the public, that's not a good thing.
multiple Western companies have noticed the gap in the market for a Smash-style game that pays attention to online and esports. This leaker said that we will continue to see companies release their attempts at winning over the Western audience in this genre of game. This is where Disney comes into play. Recently, Disney has been going ham with their crossover games. Within 1 year, we got both Disney Dreamlight Valley and Disney Speedstorm. Now, something interesting about these games is that their very existence and their genres back up the existence of a Disney platform fighter. Disney has been very
Crossover.
smart by trying to replicate the success of gigantic Nintendo games for their titles. It makes sense. Nintendo
Yeah.
is already doing what Disney wants to be doing with video games. They're a family-friendly company that have succeeded with making games adults love to play as well. Let's look at the 3 best-selling Nintendo Switch games. Disney Speedstorm is obviously inspired by Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and
Right.
Disney Dreamlight Valley is an attempt at an Animal Crossing
Listen,
style of game.
I haven't played Animal Crossing, any of it, or Disney Dreamlight Valley, so I very much don't really know what it is is. But yeah, that's something.
That leaves one last game in the top 3, Super Smash
Smash
Bros.
Bros.
Ultimate.
Ultimate.
Do you really think that Smash is going to be spared from Disney
Nope. 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 It would be stupid if he did.
attempting to replicate its success with their IPs? Absolutely not.
No.
Disney's 100% going to take a swing at a platform fighter.
I mean, to me, like, of course, apparently Dreamlight Valley, Disney Speedstorm, and even before that, right here, Disney Infinity, my most favorite video game of all time. I'm it stands the test of time to me as my favorite. Like they've been doing crossover games for years, so it,
Now, Disney taking inspiration from Nintendo isn't a bad thing. I've heard
right.
good things from both Dreamlight Valley and from Speedstorm from the people who've been playing the games. If anything, I think Disney is the one company with both the money and IP to rival Nintendo in these genres. As a matter of fact, Disney is the only company on Earth that could have a roster the same size as Ultimate
Yep.
without a single guest character.
Yep. Hey, if you think that's true, because you don't have to use Marvel and Star Wars. Just use Disney and Pixar. You have a full lineup. You honestly do.
They just don't need them. There's both an absurd amount of quantity and quality to Disney's never ending vault of characters. If anything, it's a waste of time to add guest characters. Unless they get somebody like Goku, Disney's own characters are just more iconic and popular. So, with that said, let's get to building a roster for this game.
Darn. Darn. Okay, let me just briefly mute. Oh, darn it. He was about to get into the list. All right. Let's skip. All right. Let's get back into it.
First, we're obviously going to start with the holy trinity of Disney: Mickey, Donald, and Goofy. Mickey's
Absolutely.
the mascot, and it just wouldn't feel right not to have his two best buds in the game alongside him. For their icons, you might notice that I labeled them as Balanced, Bruiser, and Blaster. Well, Western devs love to classify characters. It's like they're crack cocaine. So for this game, we're going to have four classes. Balanced characters are jack of all trades types like Mario, Pit, and Marth. They
Yep.
may or may not have a projectile or two, but they aren't the fastest, lightest, or heaviest characters. Blaster characters are projectile heavy characters like Samus, Villager, and Mega Man.
Yep.
Bruisers are your heavier and slower characters like Bowser.
My main. That's my main. Hey, it's Smash Bros. Bowser is my main. I'm a bruiser. I'm a bruiser character. I'm a bruiser player.
Ike, and Ganondorf. Finally, we have Rushdown. These are going to be fast,
The
combo heavy
speedsters.
characters like Sheik, Joker, and Fox. Alright, now that we've gone over classes, let's get back to building this roster. Now, I took a lot of inspiration from games like Disney Infinity for this, and Pixar
Thank you.
absolutely needs to have a big presence in
Thank
this
you for
game.
that.
So let's add their first rep, Mr. Incredible. He'd be another bruiser, and I feel like Disney puts this dude in every game they make. Another character that shows up everywhere, including Kingdom Hearts of all things, is Jack Sparrow. He'd be a balanced character,
Captain Jack Sparrow. Excuse me. Captain Jack Sparrow, sir.
and I could see him being this game's Marth, except if Marth wobbled while he walked. Let's get back to the Pixar characters now. I don't see a world where we don't get a Toy Story character. I went with Buzz, and he's going to be our second Blaster character. Next, we have Mike and
Thank
Sully.
you.
Mike and Sully are going to be a duo character because out of everyone on this roster,
Yeah.
I like the idea of there being at least one duo character like Ice Climbers or Tom and Jerry, and I think Mike and Sully are the best candidate for it. They'd also be interesting because they'd be a bruiser, they'd be a heavyweight. Sully's a big dude, and I don't think there's ever been a heavyweight duo character before. Correct me if I'm wrong. Now, I also think it'd be hilarious if they could find a way to make Lightning McQueen work in a fighting game. I understand if cars would have to be limited to an item or a stage, but if they can let me wave dash with a car,
Yeah.
this game would be undefeated. I went with
They would make history. Whether even if it was done bad, if it was done bad and Disney was made fun for it, I would still give them kudos for just trying, for making the attempt to do it.
Bruiser for Lightning McQueen since, he's a car. Now, if you've been inside a hot topic at any point in the last 20 years, you would know the absolute chokehold Jack Skellington has
Yep.
young adults in. If you're under 35, you love Jack Skellington. That's just kind of how it works. I went with balanced, and personally, I'd love it if he had a music based moveset. Now we're at the Disney Princess section of the roster, and I've got to be
Ooh,
honest, this part was incredibly difficult to
dude, you could do an entire season or multiple seasons just with the Prince Disney princesses. You could do just a bro. It ain't even funny how many seasons you
narrow
could do.
down. I ended
Like,
up going for Elsa, Moana, and Mulan. Moana
makes
represents
sense.
modern Disney, Mulan represents the 2D animated era, and Elsa represents the Walmart toy aisle. Seriously,
Oh man. Oh,
Elsa
I work at Walmart, so that hurt.
might be one of the most profitable fictional characters of all time. As proof,
True.
just go to the pinata aisle in Walmart and count how many seconds it takes until you see an Elsa pinata
I
or a
don't have
Olaf
it.
pinata. Frozen is
I don't have.
massive.
Hmm.
Elsa being a blaster made a lot of
In the toy section, Frozen is always there. It don't matter how long it's been since the movies came out. It will always be there.
sense to me with all of the ice shenanigans she'd have going on, and I went with balanced for Moana.
Oh man, I think it would be disrespectful almost if you did Elsa and didn't give her a cosmetic or make her do something like Sub Zero from Mortal Kombat. It would be disrespectful if you didn't do something related to, like, for example, Elsa making a ice clone of herself, even in an intro, like making an ice sculpture of herself, just to make a reference to Sub Zero.
If Mulan isn't a fast rushdown character, I feel like they'd be doing my girl dirty, so I went with
True.
that. Now, we aren't completely done with Disney's animated movies yet. You know
Thank you,
Stitch has to be in the roster. Stitch and Jack Skellington
bro. I don't know. I don't know when, and I don't know why. I mean, I love Lilo and Stitch, but like at some point in I can't even pinpoint when, but Stitch went through a whole new popularity boost. Like he was already popular as it is, but at some point in recent years, his popularity shot through the roof with no explanation as to why. He didn't have a new movie, he didn't have a new show, nothing. He just became his popularity just randomly blasted through the roof. So if we I want Stitch, but I also want Lilo. Okay, the main problem my thing is with Stitch is that people like Disney keeps pushing Stitch. I also want Lilo. It's Lilo and Stitch. You could do bring her into the game somehow, and then and then number and then the third character you could do if you gave Stitch cosmetic looks, you gotta go with Angel, Angel and Leroy at least, as alternate cosmetic skins, and then and I think I forget what Stitch's cousin, the electric experiment, who energizes the lighthouse in the Lilo and Stitch the series. Like you could also do that one honestly.
are very similar characters in the fact that if you're under 35, you have an obsession with either one or both. I went with Blaster with Stitch because, I want to see the dude rocking all four of his guns. Now we're going to
Fair.
talk about Disney animated television.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, nosy boy. Thank you. You understand. You understand.
And I only went with two reps.
Dude, we need more. Dude, again, he said it right there. He said it right here. You don't need guest characters. You can. The background alone, the background here alone, Penny Proud. Yes, I would take that. Kim Possible. If you didn't do Kim Possible, if you didn't, something wrong with you. Lilo, I would wish for that. Mabel, yeah, I take that. Darn it, I forgot her name. I forgot her name. But if you could get Cusco in this, and at least if you brought her in as Emperor's New School representation, that would be awesome. Candace, I think you have to do that. Webby would be awesome. Anne, please, please give us Anne. Please give us Amphibia Love. And I didn't see Owl House, but I know it has a big fan base, so people will want to see Owl House.
Here, this is an area I can see expanding in huge ways after launch with shows like Kim Possible, Gravity Falls, and oh god, just so many.
Yeah.
Truly, just so many shows.
Yep.
I ended up going with Perry the Platypus and Homer Simpson. I could see Perry either being a balanced or rushdown, but I went with balanced for this roster. And
You
of
went with
course, I think Homer
Homer.
makes perfect sense as
Okay.
a balanced character as well. Now, up until now, I've been able to get by on Disney Infinity renders or official 3D renders to maintain a consistent art style for this project. Homer was the first exception. He was never in Disney Infinity, he's almost always a 2D character, and a lot of the
Mhm.
Simpson games are just too old for the models to look good in this roster. I ended up having to use a fan model I found on CG Trader, hosted by someone named Nosy. Now, there aren't any reviews for the model, so I really can't say if this is the guy who made it with full confidence, but I'm pretty sure this is the person who's made the model because when I reverse image searched this Homer Simpson model, the only thing that came up was the CG Trader site and a YouTube video hosted by someone that I'm pretty sure is the same person. So I wanted to credit where I found this model, and I've linked the CG Trader site in the
Respect to you.
description down
Respect
below. I
respect
had
to
to
you
do
for
the
doing
exact
that.
same thing for our next character, Neytiri from Avatar.
Ooh, ooh, you made it. That's a good choice. Ooh,
I
ooh.
thought Rushdown fit her pretty well, and some of you might be curious why I picked Neytiri over Jake Sully or Kiri. Well, Neytiri was the only one I could find a matching reference for. That's literally it. This
Mm.
incredible Disney Infinity style model was made by Tuna
Right, because Avatar was supposed to get into Disney Infinity, and ooh,
Yo on
it would have
Reddit.
been
I've
great.
linked the original Reddit post where this was, well, posted in the description. Back to discussing Neytiri, with the absolute buttload of cash that the two Avatar movies brought in, it'd be kind of a foolish move not to feature the
Yeah,
franchise in a Disney platform fighter. So, one weird thing about a lot of Disney crossovers is the total lack of Marvel or Star Wars. It's weird because they did show up in Disney Infinity, and that's why I'm
right.
going to include them in my roster. My guess is that it has to do with the demographics of the games they're making. Games like Dreamlight Valley aren't exactly marketed towards young men or teenage boys, and that's kind of the hotspot for what Star Wars and Marvel brings in. And if I'm being completely honest, I still think we could see Marvel or Star Wars in both Dreamlight Valley and Speedstorm in the
That
future at some
right
point.
at some point
However, I think the Platform Fighter is the only of these three games
where
which needs to have
it
Marvel
would
and
need
Star Wars at launch.
true.
So for our first two Star Wars
Yeah,
reps, I went
that's
with
fair.
Ray and Din
Ooh, ooh, thank you. You gave us some sequel trilogy love. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I appreciate you for that. You gave us some sequel trilogy love. Of, and Din Djarin, obviously, Mandalorian appreciation. Thank you.
Djarin. There's one more that I'll get to in just a moment. Don't freak out because the big man hasn't been mentioned yet. I obviously included him, but let's discuss Ray and Din first. For Ray, balanced just made too much sense. Din literally has a blaster, so I thought
Yeah,
he fit the blaster class very well. Now, fun fact, I almost went with Obi-Wan over Ray. In the end, I wanted another female rep, and I just don't see Disney including Star Wars and not representing their trilogy of Star Wars movies.
fair.
It's the less popular choice, but definitely the more likely choice. Because of Obi-Wan's popularity, he sadly also makes for an incredible post-launch DLC candidate.
Exactly. I'm like, if you, yeah, because if people were iffy on getting the game, if the initial roster doesn't do it, doing Obi Wan or Anakin and stuff like that as a expanded character that will drive sales.
As for Marvel, I chose Spider Man, Iron Man, and Wolverine. Spider Man represents the Spider Verse, and he's a marketing and merchandise juggernaut.
Yes,
Iron Man represents the Avengers, and Wolverine represents the
the
X
X
Men.
Men.
Wolverine is also another example of a character I used somebody's fan art for. This
Right.
incredible Wolverine render was done by Hector Moran, and I'll link his post in the description.
I remember the post. I remember when in Infinity Adventures, uh, that YouTube channel when he posted uh that fan art of the X Men in Disney Infinity. Those models look beautiful. Oh,
Down below. Spider Man and Wolverine are both rushdown, while Iron Man is a blaster. Finally, let's talk about some villain reps. I included 3 in this roster: Maleficent, Darth Vader, and Thanos. Base rosters are always light on villains because heroes are, well, usually the main characters.
yes.
You need to have Mario in the game before you have Bowser, right? Even the Smash series didn't start getting a ton of villain reps until Ultimate. Maleficent represents the Disney animated movies, Vader obviously represents Star Wars, and of course Thanos represents Marvel. Thanos is also the final character I used fan art for. Michael Schaefer made this incredible
That looks
model, and
awesome.
of course, I'll link his post in the description down below. I thought Bruiser fit both Vader and Thanos pretty well,
Yep,
but I thought Blaster could be better for Maleficent. And that's it. That's my hypothetical Disney platform fighter roster. This game just has so much potential. We're talking about the 4 juggernauts of marketing here, right? Have you ever gone into a pinata aisle and not immediately see Mickey Mouse, Darth Vader, Spider Man, and Elsa? This is a game where
good
those
point.
4 incredibly popular and
Or the
profitable
toy aisle,
characters
or the toy aisle in any store. Like, bro,
are going to be smacked on the cover.
dude.
And profitable characters
Right. If Disney did this, and then you could go into, of course, Kingdom Hearts. You could go into Kingdom Hearts because, of course, Nintendo already did with Sora, but you could also do that with this. Is and have more of the Kingdom Hearts characters. Oh, there's too much potential for this not to happen.
are going to be smacked on the cover. I cannot fathom the success this game is going to have. Let me know if you guys think this game is as inevitable as I do, and let me know what you think of the roster. I was focused on building a strong foundation to expand from in the future, and honestly, I think I kind of nailed it. You can expand it by adding more characters from the popular franchises already in there, or you can expand it by adding more popular franchises. This is one of the rare times where I didn't have any conflicting thoughts on the final roster, and I think I kind of hit a home run. But again, I'd like to know what characters you guys would go for. And with all of that said, thank you guys for watching. Subscribe for more content like this, and I'll smell you guys later.
All right, let me go back to just have just the roster. It's beautiful. Nosy boy, nosy boy. I appreciate you because again, on initial thinking, on initial looking at this, I didn't believe you. I wouldn't believe it. Like I'm thinking like I don't know if they do that, but given the evidence that you put down and the characters that you laid up, the potential is too high. The potential is way too high for you not to do it. For Disney not to do this, oh, oh man. And then also like recently, like how the Star Wars rights will not be exclusively at EA. Disney could honestly look for a company that is either breaking into or has done a few platform fighters, or oh my gosh, oh my good. I don't know if they do it, but if Disney paid NetherRealm enough and they said yes, oh, Legends. I'm just thinking about that. That just came into my mind, because I'm imagining Injustice 2, and I don't play Mortal Kombat and stuff. I don't play it, but the graphics and stuff are good in those games, and do that to for Disney characters. Oh man. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. If this doesn't happen, I'd be floored. So thank you, Legends, so much for watching. What do you think? Do you believe that this is possible? Well, do you believe a Disney platform fighter may be on the horizon? Please let me know down in the comments. And if one was to come out, would you get it? Please let me know. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Legends, so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for 101 subscribers. You Legends are the best. Please comment, like, subscribe, share this video. Hope you enjoyed it. React to my madness. I will see you in the next video. See you later.